5 years ago, we built the Quonset hut shop. So we had a big concrete slab, 6 inches of concrete poured out there. And then we built the steel building, the arched roof Quonset hut here. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years, but this was a game changer for us. It's now heated and air conditioned, so we're out of the sun, the heat, the cool, the water, everything. So it's been a great addition to the property. And then 2 years ago, it's hard to believe it's been 2 years too, since we built the container arch, which is an outdoor tent type structure that goes over two 40-foot shipping containers. And now what we're getting ready to do, it's since kind of become a collect all for junk, but we're gonna make it an external working space for us. We'll be able to work on 2 more buses at a time here on the property out of the sun and the rain underneath of this container arch. Before we do that though, we're gonna add another RV sewer dump to the other side where George's permanent RV campsite is. And then we're gonna extend this back area outside the back of the containers like another 10 feet or so to have some outdoor storage. And then we're gonna have 6 inches of concrete put in here. So we gotta dig down to the sewer access on the septic tank. Our freeze line here is only like 12 inches, so it's not very deep. Gotta be careful. We're gonna get this all dry fitted together, make sure we got good slope on it here, and this will end up being buried underneath of the new extension. I know a lot of people ask about this hillside thinking that it's dirt, but it's not, it's chert, which is a very hard rock. And this is like a decomposing chert. And it's extremely hard, but it will break apart. And it's so jagged and hard that it will compact super dense. That's why they use it for road bases and stuff like here. So once we excavate it out of here, which that's what this property used to be, basically a mine for this stuff. And when I get into it here, these are all little rocks. Like I said, they will break apart. They get kind of brittle, but this hillside is extremely stable. It'll never collapse. The Mini X barely scrapes into it. It's so hard. With my tractor, I really can't even, with a bucket with teeth on it, it's too much to break it apart. But again, it's a very fine rock. It does break apart, but it compacts super tight. It's very jagged. And that's what all this hillside is here. So all this stuff is this rock. And we got an unlimited supply of it here for reshaping everything. It's beautiful, but yeah, this is what we have, chert. need to get the ground level and lowered about 5 inches so that the 6 inches of concrete doesn't stand up too tall. Okay, we're burying that sewer pipe that's all in now, so we'll have an RDV dump station over on the other side of the container here. And then we're going to get this all compacted, and we're going to keep adding fill to extend this out at least another 10 feet. About 4 inches high there, so you can go deeper than that. In the container, yeah. That's when I went back in the corner. That black snake was in there the one day. There's two. There's another one right here, but that is a very large snake skin. Let's start this time.
There comes the smoke. Yep. Well, it is what, 40, 45 degrees?
Yeah.
Oh.
None of the equipment I have has a tilt blade, so we're going to improvise here, but we laid out some very long boards. The tracks on one side will be 1.5 inches higher, so it's going to essentially tip the blade to help us take care of this height drop here. after doing a cut like that, I can now go in without the boards and everything's more level, and I can just cut this down an inch and a half, 2 inches like I need to do. Yeah, we're really getting this backside hillside extended out quite a bit. We're going to keep adding more material. We're gonna get this 100 kilowatt generator moved. We gotta extend that back area out there so the generator's got a spot where it can live. We're going to get this front edge cut out here to the right height so that when we get the forms put in for the concrete, it'll be done at the right height. So this thing tells you if you're high or low or perfectly level. So you got to go down and you're right on the money right there. So I'm setting my height out here to where my sewer pipe is. So this uses the laser level here. And then you can see where I'm at on the ground here, that I'm extremely close. It's the groove of the tractor height. You can see I'm right on the ground, just touching it there. So if I go down into the groove of the tractor, I'm low. If I'm on the top of it, I'm like right at it. So It gets us within an inch of where we're at. If it was a little darker out too, I can't see it, but you can see how many inches you're off you are, whatever. But Tyler was here for Thanksgiving, so he came out and played on the old dozer here and helped me get this set to the right height too. He had a lot of fun operating that thing. Well, it's just about ready to get compacted, raked out real quick, and then just a little bit to do on the one side over there still. And this is going to get 6 inches of concrete with rebar, fiber mesh, and wire in it as well. So hopefully they'll get it formed up later this week. This entire place has been excavated out. By the age of the trees, I would say 50, 60 years ago is when they stopped doing it. But this cliff, you see it runs all the way back in. This is all this material has been moved out, like I said, to build road bases and everything else around here. So like I said, our whole property used to be used as a chert pit. So basically a quarry or a mine for this type of material. And the whole hillside, this has been removed. Well, when we get this outside area done with concrete, it's going to be a great usable space for us. When our customers come here and live in their RVs while we work on them, they're going to be out here on this pad instead of in our shop. We've had too many issues with people's black tanks overflowing in the shop and stinking up the place and stuff like that too. So if they live on board, they're going to be outside under this shelter. And then full-time RVers, when they come here, they'll be outside under this and not in the shop. So it's going to be a great space for us. Plus, we're always waiting on parts for vehicles while they're here. So we'll have 4 bays instead of 2. It's hard to believe it's been 5 years since we put up that original Quonset hut. It's the same width. It's 40 feet wide, so it's the same width as what this container arch is outside. It's the same height. It's 20 feet high in the middle, so it's going to be a lot like working in the shop. It's just shorter. The shop is like 55 feet long, and this is only going to be 40 feet that's covered outside. But it's going to be a really useful space for us. Yeah, if you remember us when we built the Quonset hut, maybe make a couple comments about what you think about how things have really changed around here in the last 5 years. This video is sponsored by MagicycleBike.com. This is a 48 volt bike, so 52 volts technically, rechargeable, has up to 100-mile range on it. It's very durable. It's got the wide tires, amazing suspension on it, headlight, brake light. It's got all the features you want. It's got the Shimano 7-speed with pedal assist. So you can pedal, you can have it add additional assistance to your pedaling, or you can have it go full electric if you wish. It's got hydraulic brakes on it. It's got a speedometer on it, a battery level meter. Again, these tires are excellent. They're wide and knobby, and they're great for off-road. The disc brakes are really responsive, and then all the safety features that you want. Plus, you have this rear rack that you can carry stuff. It'll carry up to 450 pounds. Make sure you always wear a helmet, but it's got all the safety features, reflectors and everything as well. The front suspension is incredible. Look at this movement, and it's just, for off-roading or hard biking, it's great. 750 watt motor, peak 1500 watts, and speeds up to 28 miles an hour. This thing moves along the property, on the trails. It even gets me up the hill super fast. Most electric bikes I've tested have a real hard time on this hill, not this one. So besides the pedal assist mode, if you want to use a throttle like a motorcycle throttle, this right here, if you turn it, that is the throttle. So you can add extra speed if you're coming up to a hill and you want to have plenty, so you're not holding up traffic or anything, you want to make it up the hill, you can just pull the throttle on there. Brakes work just like a regular bike, both sides. I like to keep the pedal assist mode down in low speed just so I have more control over it. But it's got up to 7 different pedal assist modes that you can do. thing does really move, and it's a lot of fun to ride. Around here, the hilly area around us, if you want to take a bike somewhere, it's very hard or difficult to do. But with this pedal assist mode and electric e-bike, you can really use it on the country roads. They offer free shipping in 48 states. It comes very securely packaged and nearly assembled. You got just a little bit of work to do to put it together. Yeah, it's packaged very well, very securely in here. You don't have to worry about damage from it. You just pull it out of the box, undo some zip ties, put a few parts on here and there. It comes with all the tools. We had it together in less than a half hour, so it is very easy to do. This bike is the Ocelot Pro. I'll put a link in the description. There's a $50 off coupon. BUS50 will save you $50 off the purchase of this bike at Magicycle. So click the link in the description. Thanks again to Magicycle for sponsoring this video.